Hello. Hello, welcome to our very first podcast. Who are we? We are Twisted Fixer. What do? We are a life coaching duo with a travel addiction. Our goal is to go from Florida all the way to Mexico. And the only way we can do that is with your help. So stay tuned and put your ears on. What we're trying to do with our very first podcast is to integrate our passion for travel and merge it rather with the our life coaching abilities. And what I want to get into first is the travel part of it. This year we've been hit with the coronavirus, the COVID-19, and a lot of us have been hindered by it, and therefore we can't travel. And I think it's affecting everybody all over the world, and travel's down right now. Slowly we're starting to open back up. And I want to talk about where we've been in the past year. We take a lot of trips, a lot of road trips. I consider road trips something smaller, basically overnight. And we've gone everywhere from the Myrtles Plantation in Louisiana to small towns in Alabama, where To Kill a Mockingbird was written. And first I want to get into, some of our travel highlights from last year. One of the best places we've been to was a remote place in Louisiana. It was the Myrtles Plantation. And it's one of the most haunted plantations, supposedly, in the United States. And, we go to this area outside of Baton Rouge, and it's called Francisville, I believe. And, we went there, and the town is very desolate, but very populated at the same time. And they set these tours up every, I believe, hour. And we went on one. It was in the evening, about 7 p.m. And went on one. They take you through the tour of the plantation. Was it haunted? Did we see anything? No, but it still was a little spooky in itself.
From what we heard, people that spend the night there are usually the ones who actually experience anything sort of paranormal, so we weren't staying there for the night.
We stayed about a half mile down the road, and the whole town's just weird. It's a strange feeling there because there's nothing around.
But lots of traffic.
Lots of it. I don't know where they're going or what, but there's lots of traffic there. Now, another one was, I believe, in Monroeville or something, Alabama.
I forget which.
I forget what it's called too, but To Kill a Mockingbird,
Oh, yeah. I'd have to look up.
To Kill a Mockingbird was basically, thought up there. And it was a very strange town itself. You see, we're not your average life coaching duo. We're basically, we want to portray ourselves more towards the alternative lifestyles, the artsy, the punky kind of kids. Freaks, geeks. Outcasts. Because that's basically what we are. And that's why I want to get, full circle, why I want to get back into the To Kill a Mockingbird thing.
And it's Harper Lee.
Right.
It is Monroeville, you're right.
Monroeville?
Monroeville.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was right. But this town is in the middle of nowhere, Alabama. I mean, the population has to be maybe like 500 people to 1,000, if that. And, there was people watching us from the second we got there. And luckily, we didn't have any run-ins with the law or anything like that. But everywhere we went, there was a car there watching us and we missed those times. And hopefully soon we'll have them back.
We miss traveling.
We miss traveling.
Necessarily being stalked by.
Well, I think we
don't belong there.
We always get that no matter what. It doesn't matter where we go. We're always. I think one of the best times, one of the freakier times, is when we went to was the Hank Williams Cemetery.
Oh, yeah, Montgomery.
Montgomery, Alabama. These places are really close to us, but they're cool to do an overnight. We have pets too, so it's hard to travel with your animals. So,
but it's also difficult to leave them for more than a night.
And that's why we do it. I mean, we found remote flea markets, close within like a 2-3 hour range and stuff. But back to the Monroeville, Alabama thing, or the Montgomery thing is we went to a thrift store and it was in the middle of a how do you say, for lack of a better terms, a ghetto, and the guy they were taking pictures of us when we went in there.
Yeah, lots of stained mattresses for sale.
Lots of
like
stained
that,
mattresses, and every piece there, their housewares, was broken.
But in all fairness, we haven't been anywhere that anybody's actually treated us poorly.
No, everybody's really nice to us. Everybody's super nice to us. That's because we're really nice people, and that's why we wanted to get into the whole the life coaching thing. I think we have the ability to portray ourselves as trained life coaches that have had these real life experiences, and that's why we can relay them back to you. And that's why we need your listenership, because without you, we won't have anyone to give advice to. So, what do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, is it?
No, that's exactly what it is. It's more about just wanting to give good advice to people and help in a way that sometimes it's just getting advice from somebody that's not involved in your life directly. Family, friends. They may mean well, but a lot of times there's ulterior motives, and it's just good to have somebody that's not involved that can sort of have an outsider's perspective.
So basically, we're unbiased.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
We offer unbiased opinions and our experiences with you, and that's why we set ourselves apart from others. When you go to a life coach anywhere else, you're going to find that these people live in really nice homes and drive really nice cars because they're making a lot of money for the most part. And I don't know them personally, but from what I've seen and heard, that's what you're going to get. And with us, you're going to get the hard knocks. You're going to get the truth, whether you like it or not.
It's definitely a unconventional approach, and we also focus a lot on smaller bites, like baby steps. You work with somebody and they give you a whole hour session, and it's a lot to take in, and then by the time you get home and start to process it, you forget 55 minutes of what you talked about. So we believe more in trying to pick one smaller thing and focus on that, and smaller goals, and that's how you get to accomplishing bigger things in your life.
So baby steps, and
yes.
What about Bob?
Yeah,
baby steps with the goldfish around his neck
yeah.
and walking the plank. Yeah,
Sure.
So basically, we just wanted to let you know who we are and what we're trying to do, and
right now we have more time since we're not able to take road trips every weekend.
But we are working full time. We're both full time workers, Monday through Friday, and we usually take our road trips on the weekends when we have these times or minutes, And, where do you think we go next? I mean, where do we go from here?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
Well, I don't know. It depends when we're allowed to travel again. And we've been to New Orleans and all parts of Alabama, a little bit more into Florida. Mm-hmm. So we're sort of out of places that are within a day's trip. And that's why it's time to sort of expand and hopefully make it into Mexico once all of this clears up and we can travel more.
I think soon. I think it's going to happen sooner than we know.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoy this first podcast, and we're going to wrap this up. We wanted to keep it short, and we hope you get something out of our future podcast. Do you have anything else to say?
For now, just make sure that you find us, Twisted Fixer, on the usual social media, Instagram, Facebook. We've got a YouTube channel that we're working on.
We also have an email.
Oh, yeah. twisted.fixer@gmail.com. You are welcome to reach out at any of those. So, yeah, just keep up with us through those channels as well.
Oh, and yeah, by the way, this first podcast, we improv the entire thing. We've tried to do this for the last couple of weeks, and when we write a script, it's been sheer failure. And I think it's because it's so rehearsed, and now that we're sitting around on a Saturday night and we have this limber free time to speak freely, independently, I think this one turned out pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's better to find a time that you feel inspired and motivated than just be authentic, genuine, and natural instead of worrying so much about having a script to follow. So that's where we're at with that.
Okay, we hope that you'll tune into future podcasts and listen to us soon for a second one.
That's all I got.
Me too. Later.